And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overpower it. These words of Jesus, found in Matthew 16, verse 18, establish the Christian church, not as a building, but deep in the hearts of those who believe. The church was, and still should be, a community of believers who gather to worship, to learn, and to give support to each other. Today, it is just as important to remember the reasons for your church to exist when thinking and planning a capital expansion. Our approach to helping congregations prepare for and implement capital campaigns begins with this understanding that the physical church should facilitate the teachings of Christ and your congregation's mission, the why you are a community of believers. We encourage you to ask what Christ is calling your church to do that your physical buildings will make possible. All capital campaigns have three phases: the readiness phase, the quiet phase, and the public phase, even though they are handled differently in church campaigns. In the readiness phase, the scope of the capital project is developed. Ownership of the project is built within the congregation, including an affirmative vote to move forward. The campaign leadership is recruited. The campaign plan and timeline are written and approved, and the campaign case statement is prepared. Sometimes congregations decide to have a feasibility study done to learn if there is sufficient support among a selected number of church members for the capital project to succeed. In our experience, this is usually an unnecessary expense for a church. In the quiet phase, the campaign leadership solicits the church leadership, qualifies the giving ability of key church members, and begins to ask these selected congregants for consideration of significant commitments. We provide thorough training of campaign leaders, including a training manual, and make certain we are available for discussing strategies, doing role-playing, and in every way help these volunteers feel comfortable about the important calls they are making. We also understand that in a church, there is no such thing as a true quiet phase of the campaign. However, it is important for the campaign leaders to keep control of the process so that confidentiality is maintained and progress toward the goal can be facilitated. When the gifts and pledges have reached 60 to 70% of the campaign goal, it is time for the congregation to celebrate with an appropriate kickoff event and move to visit with every member of the church, offering an opportunity to support the project. Since the church is a Christian family, it is especially important to be as inclusive as possible in giving every person, every family unit, a chance and a means to participate. The consultants of DeWitt Associates have the proven methods, experience, and importantly, the appreciation of congregations to give your church the best opportunity for capital campaign success. Every church is distinct, and our council works within your church traditions and expectations to conduct an effective capital effort. And finally, we read in Acts 16, verse 5, "So the churches were strengthened in the faith and increased in number daily."